Hello and welcome back. So, I did a little bit of puzzles. I haven't really played much lately. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Dutch. Uh, what is his name? Archer Nisa? Fuck, I forgot his name. But he's a grandmaster. I was watching a lot of his gameplay lately. Hoping that I can play the Dutch. Dutch only works if he doesn't do that. Alright, so I'm going to play a Carl-Con instead. Two pawns in the center, principled. Advanced variation. Alright, so I feel like I'm supposed to bring the knight out first. I think I'm supposed to bring out the queen next. Am I supposed to do that? If the queen goes here, and then I take, he takes, I take. I don't know, but I feel like I'm supposed to move the queen out first. Why do I think that? I might be wrong. Might have... that could have been the move. Okay, so he does this. So now I can take, he takes, I take, he takes, I take? But then there's this check in the... I feel like that just gives up a pawn. So I think I'm supposed to take here. And now I want a pawn. So I don't have to... Well, I mean, this is a move, but I don't think it does as much as I'd like it to, not to mention... Alright. So he does that. Alright. It doesn't work. Okay, so he does that instead. Alright, so I think the threat is he's trying to go here. In which case I go over here. So I don't have time for this. Or do I have time for this? Let's see here. I could bring the rook out here. What does that do? Because the threat is he's going to come over here and check me. Or he's going to push like this. In which case I guess I could just go back. So I think it does make some sense to do this, just to prevent this move. I could restabilize. He checks me. Okay, the problem is it gets to the rook. So I could defend the pawn like this. So if he comes down here, I could go down here, and if he takes, then I take, and then I could redefend. So this makes some sense to do. So if he checks me, then I can move here. I think I'm just going to avoid that mess and just go here. Because I didn't want his queen to come over here, I guess. So I'd like to do this on the next move, I think. I'm expecting this. King moves back. If takes, takes. Alright, so that doesn't happen. Alright. Now I can get the bishop out. Alright, so he does that instead. Should I go for a queen trade? Does that make any sense? I think it's too early to go for a queen trade. How can I maintain pressure on the position now? I mean, I won't be able to hang on to the pawn if I do that. I could move it here, which does something. It gets into the queen side. Or I could just move it back here. Put pressure on here. That doesn't really do much. I think I should go somewhere where the bishop isn't going to attack me immediately. Here makes some sense to do. Here, then the queen moves back here, and then here. And the queen can go over here, and then here. Well, that gives him a lot of initiative, doesn't it? So what if I go here? The bishop comes here, the queen goes back here, bishop goes here. I feel like going here might make some sense. Also, I don't want him to go over here. So that doesn't work either. So I think coming back here might be fine. Or I could go over here. 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 Move. Oh! That was a mouse slip. That was a fucking mouse slip. Of course. First game on, of course that's gonna happen. Because I just have the worst luck in the goddamn world. That's alright. It's about to come back. That's boring. Okay. So I guess I take. Alright, I get the bishop out. Is there a fork incoming? I think that there is a fork. If no. I think I'm gonna start. What should I start by doing? Because if I move the bishop out, and then he brings the queen here, so that's no longer defended. Well, then I can go over here, and then I could threaten. No, because that drops the pawn. So maybe. Well, I can't do that. I could do this, but I think that's too much. I could just do this and castle. I think that makes some sense. Or I could be active. I think I'm going to just do this and then castle. That didn't work either. Still salty about the other game. Okay, so how can I put pressure over here? So I could go for the bishop, but I don't think that makes much sense. That doesn't make much sense either. I think I'm going to start by bringing out the knight. Okay. So, I think I'm going to... Well, I can pin this, but it doesn't do as much as I'd like it to do. I can't really engage. I could go like this, but then he gets this, so I don't like that. I could go for a trade, but I don't especially like that either. I could go steamroll over here, which makes some sense. So if I go here, I could go here, but then he goes here. So I think I'm going to start by going like this. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so I think, now what? He wanted to prevent the bishop from coming over here. So now I think I'm going to probably... Interesting. So he's going to try to go over here. So I think that I'm going to bring the bishop back. So if he gets any ideas about trying to get the piece here, I can take it immediately. I also want to get the rook into the game. Okay. So now I have the rook into the game. I'm also thinking that I could probably go and attack this bishop. That doesn't do anything right now. Sacking doesn't do anything right now. Slow playing it. So I can get the bishop here. He has to like pull back somewhere. So I think I'll go ahead and try that. So he gives up his bishop. Alright. Cool. Do I have a better move right now? Not necessarily. I can go and attack it some more. So I go here. What's the benefit? Well, it's currently protected, and then I could try to do that. So if I go here, and he goes here, and then I go here, and then he's like running out of squares. Now, it's still protected twice. So I think I have to take the bishop. The bishop is pretty strong. Alright, so now I could do this, but it gives up a piece. I could get the bishop out like this and put more pressure over here, which makes some sense as well. Gets a more active development. I could go for this, which it seems interesting. Try to dislodge him. He wants to castle this way, is what he wants to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe I should try to dislodge the queen from going here first. Because if he wants to castle this way, I want to have pawns already there. Yeah, so he does that. Okay. So I can push one more time, and that invokes this weakness. I could also go here first. I think that does make sense. So I'm going to bring out this piece first to attack this pawn. Okay. So I'm going to probably continue with my attack over here. Does it make sense to do that? I go here, he goes here. I can continue with this instead, so I can have two pawns there. Or I can get ready to lift the rook and put two rooks over there. So if I go here, he's probably going to go here. And that makes light squared weaknesses and also prevents his... I think I'm going to do that. I think invoking this might be a good idea. Alright, so now I think I'm going to... What am I going to do? So, I think doubling up the rooks might be a good idea. Also, putting more pressure here seems like a good idea, but I want to play this takes, he takes, and then I can get the, and then he protects, but it drops this. So I think that makes some sense to do that. But it also exposes my king a little bit. Alright, so what else? But the bishop's already like looking over there, so takes, pawn takes, push, takes, push, move. So what if I go here, here? So he takes, I take, he takes. That doesn't really work for me. So I think I'm going to push the next pawn, get that one ready. Also prevents his knight from going anywhere. Okay. So, am I concerned about that? Not really. So I think I'm going to move the piece here. So if he takes it, I can take back with this piece. But it also puts more pressure on this piece. Alright, so he does that. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and bring the queen up a little bit. Put pressure on this knight. So this knight can't move. And then I think I'm going to continue. Also, I can do that at a point, but not yet. Not yet. Here, here. I think I will probably continue with the attack there. Alright, so that does that. Okay, so I think I'm okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to open up the king here. Okay, so he closes it down. Do I have a sack? Not yet. I can get in here like this. And can possibly try to sack. He moves it. He doesn't have it. I think this is pretty strong. Takes. He moves into the corner. So takes. King can move here or king can move there. So he moves there automatically. Alright, so he's playing like a pussy. So what else can I do? I can't take this piece. Let's see here. He's just trying to survive. Alright, so I think what I will do instead is possibly go attack the other knight here. Possibly win 2 knights. Alright, so he does that. Okay, so now I win 2 knights. Interesting. So he does that instead. Alright, so what can I do? I can continue with my original plan of going right here. So if he takes, I can take, and then it puts more pressure. I also had this as a move, which is interesting, but I suppose it just moves back. He's thinking about checking me, and I just move. Alright, so now the knight's under attack. Okay, so what I think I will do next is I think I will go ahead and bring another rook to the party. I want to bring this rook here on the next move. That made me jump. Okay, so here. Now if the next move isn't check, okay, so now I can do this. Okay, so he protects. So what do I do? So I think I can go here and then go threaten mate this way. Oh. So I think I'll go here. If he goes here, then I've got this. What? I'm just terrible at chess, and I should probably throw myself off a bridge. No matter what. No matter what. No matter how much studying. I don't care. Get off my fucking screen. Absolutely nothing in my fucking life ever fucking works. Just played like fucking shit, yeah. This is enough to tilt me and not want to do anything. Stop. Stop. Okay, so it wasn't the best move. I should have done that move. I looked at it, but I thought it was bad. I hated this move. I looked at it again. I still thought it was bad. Hated this move. Didn't like this at all. Complete miss. Hates this move. Hates this move. Hates it. Completely winning position, and it's just like, threw it away because you're dog shit. Double up the rooks. I double up the rooks, he moves the knight. Just to move the knight. Where does he move the knight to? Yeah, I did sort of control that square, huh? And what am I thinking? I just... Why aren't you fucking working? Nothing in my life, it fucking works. That's alright. You know, throw the first one, do it to a mouse flip. Lose the second one because you're a fucking idiot. It's all good. It's all good. Trash. Alright, finally we can play the Dutch. Okay, so if the opponent plays that, what do I do? I think I continue with the knight. Okay. Don't think I need to do anything special. This comes to mind. That comes to mind. But I don't think that's the right move right now. This comes to mind just to prevent this from happening, but if this happens then I can just do this anyway. There is that, which is an issue, so I suppose this comes to mind, but I didn't see the other guy do that ever, so... Alright. So, I think that this move is in order. Possibly this move to prevent this move from ever happening makes some sense. The knight usually comes here at some points. I don't know, opponent's not playing very ambitiously right now, but neither am I. Playing for this and this is a plan. He probably wants this at a certain point. Does the knight come here? The knight can come here to go here. I mean, if he trades it off, I suppose... Well, I could do that, and then I could do this, but I don't really think that's in the spirit of the Dutch. Here doesn't work. Here, here, here. Text the bishop. That makes some sense. And I can get a juicy knight there, so if I go here and he goes here, and then I go here and he has to move it, well, he'll probably move it with, he can't move it with check. Alright, so I think I'm going to put the knight out. Can probably try to play for here if I really wanted to. Alright, so he does that. So I think I just want to move out of the way. I could also just do this, which also seems like a move. But I don't want to do that here because the fact... So I think I'm just going to move him off the diagonal instead. Because I don't want to put this here so he can go here and then take, and then he can get like it there. But I suppose I could flush him out like this. Do I have this? Not yet. I could bring it forward and then play for it. I don't get this anymore. I could go and attack it. He has to move it somewhere else. I can't really play for this. I could play for here, so I could try to set up this. So I'll need how much? Here takes. Then I could close down the center like that, which makes some sense for me. Perhaps I should have... No, because it's preventing this. So I could go here to attack this, and also play for... Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. So, attacking the pawn. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to play for this. So, how many attackers do I have right now? One. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got, wait, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can play for this, I think. And if he asks my piece to move kindly, where does it go to? Do I have this as a move? Not yet. Do I have this as a move? I don't want it. So I could go here, and then I could push for it. I probably should do that before he, no, he doesn't have that. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try to play for this. If he makes another weakening move, then I suppose that I can just put it back and try to put it in the center in the next move. Does that do anything? Alright, so now I feel like I have to do this instead, because I need to make sure that his knight doesn't get in here. I could try to... Okay, so he castles that way. So I feel that I need to probably first deal with this bishop. Tell him to get out of my territory. I could also go and attack it like this too, which makes some sense. I could go here and attack the pawn. That makes some sense too. But then just here, and then I suppose I could put it like here, but that doesn't really do a whole lot. Well, if he does this, then I can do that. So I feel like, but if he trades, well, that opens up, so I think it's fine. So I think I'm going to go here. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so do I want to sack the pawn? I don't think it works here. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start a kingside attack. Alright, no kingside attack. If he takes, then it opens it up, and I think that helps me. If he pushes, then I can take here. Or I can also retreat back here. Okay, so he goes and he sacks the pawn. Alright, so do I still have this? It attacks the queen. The queen moves. I think it's okay. So I think I'll go ahead and... Do I have another move? Not just yet. Alright, so I think I'll go ahead and now attack the queen, hangs the pawn. Is my knight eventually going to get trapped? Alright, so what else do I have? Alright, so I can redefend the knight. He takes, I take, and then I can retreat the knight back onto this square, which attacks this, and I still have enough attackers. So takes, come to, wait, if I go here, takes, well, the knight can jump out at some point. Do I want to counterattack his bishop instead? I think, well, then he can sack it, and then, so I don't think that makes much sense. I don't want to do this, because that runs into, what, this? And then I take, and then he takes, and then I have nowhere to put my knight. So, I feel like probably this is probably fine. Takes. Well, damn. Well, damn. I just threw the game, huh? Well. Four blunders, huh? 4. Wow, I'm playing worse than usual, huh? And, this shit's really pissing me off. I didn't want to play that Dutch. I wanted to exclusively play the Leningrad. Hates it. Whatever. They don't play that in the fucking Dutch. Hates this move. Hates it. Yeah. You know what? Whatever. Then this comes, okay? And then where's the knight go? Here. I guess there was that. Here. That doesn't... No. Here, here, here. Oh. I guess it would have been fine, huh? Takes, yeah. Hates this. Hates this move entirely. Hates this move entirely. Hates this move. This is a... Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking, dude? Yeah, for 4 fucking moves? Are you fucking serious? That's pathetic. Pathetic. Alright. Last game. And if it goes as poorly, I'm probably going to delete my account. Because I fucking suck at chess. And I cannot and will not ever get better at it. Simply put. If I've spent this much time dedicating to whatever and I'm still nowhere, then honestly, just like, I don't know what to tell you. Isolated opening. Okay, so can't really do Queen's Gambit with this. Alright, so I will probably put a knight in the center, figure out what he's playing. He's playing the King's Indian defense. Alright, so I guess I can still do 2 pawns in the center. Try to do 3 pawns in the center. Okay, so does this do anything? Not really. Should I push immediately? Doesn't really help me at all. Some people do that. Okay. Seems like a logical move. Alright, so do I close it up? Or do I take it? I think I should take it. If he takes, then I take the queen. Okay. He has to take with the king, which gives him less than ideal. He wanted to castle into his little fortress, but now he can't. That was a move, but no longer a move. So he has this, which I don't want to give him. I think bringing out my rook first makes a lot of sense. Now I have this as well. So if he pushes, I can take with the knight. It's still guarded. I also have this. I also have this. But it drops this. So, do I want to check him here? If I check him here, where does he move to? He has to move here. So I feel like that's probably the move. Just keep the initiative here. Okay. So I can't do that because then he comes back. I don't have this move. I do actually have the. I don't. Alright, so do I have a better move? I could move this here and then I could check, but it's guarding this piece. So here, check, king moves here. I think that's too complicated. Okay. So, now what? Now what? I do have this, so it checks him, he has to move forward. So, so I can go for this, and then I can go for this, and then I can try to check him. Do I have anything better? I have this, and then I could go for this. So if I go here, it cuts off his squares. Wait, he's already cut off. Yeah, it cuts off this square, which is the most important square. And then I can push, and then that would mate him. But if he pushes here, then that creates this exit square. In which case, well, still check, and then I could take, and the rook can't come in. I could check him here first, and then he just moves back here. If I check him here, oh, no, wait. If I check him here, that takes that away, and then he comes here. So I'd rather him come back. So do I have time for this? I'm gonna try to go for it. And he can still do that. Alright, so he does do that. Alright, so I think I'm going to continue. Fork on the next move. So he does that, huh? Alright, so I think I'm going to, I can't, it doesn't work. Alright, so it doesn't work, so I can't do it, because I'll drop the knight. So he does it first. But this allows me to get out. Okay. So I can take, the king takes, then I can bring the bishop back. But also, I can attack this. I can take, and then I can push, and if he takes, I think I'm going to start by just doing this. Okay, so now I can check him, and it's still guarded, so I think I'll start by doing that. Okay, so now I think what I can do is, do I want that? No, not yet. What else can I do? Probably just bring it back, and it's still guarded here, so if he takes, this is not doing a job. If he takes, then I can go attack it here. Okay. So I think I'll go ahead and attack the knight. Okay. So he moves. I'm going to check him first, just to move out of the way. Okay. So do I have a better move? I can win the knight for free. The king has to move, and then I can pick up the... Yeah, I think that's alright. Alright. Oh, and I missed mate. No, mate on the next move. Well, I realized that I forgot that I was supposed to record for later. Save the VODs. But what does it matter, you know? If I start at a lower number than I began. Oh, it says how long the moves took. Party like a rock star till I do. Dun, 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 dun. Party like a rock, party like a rock star, party like a rock star till I do. And of course, it's just not gonna work. I feel like I'm just getting signs from the universe, just like, no, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be doing something else. Excellent connection, you say. Party like a rock, party like a rock star, party like a rock star. I don't know what that means. Is that what I want? Alright, let's go back to, I'm assuming that's this browser. Or I could just abruptly just end the stream right now because, you know, it's not working. Okay. I don't understand chess. I guess the more exotic they are, the more exotic I get. You wanted me to push, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Probably someone smarter would have found all these moves instantly. Check again, huh? Oh, yeah, that was the quickest checkmate. Huh. If I had gone there, it would have secured his exit square. But I guess I found the next... Well, it's... whatever. Alright. GG. At least I got one fucking win. I think that's all for now. You know what? Should I try one more? Try to get back to where I started from? I think I'm gonna try one more. One more and that's it. Win or lose, that's it. I'm gonna play a Scotch Gambit, which I don't play. What? You're gonna give me the bishop? I mean, I feel kind of obligated to take the bishop. So I will take the bishop. Okay. So should I do this? Do 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 do. I think I will go ahead and do this. Okay. So what else? I don't want that. Here. 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 Takes. What about here? Then he gets there, which is not something that I want to do. I could go for here. Try to that doesn't work. Alright, so here. Y. I think here's probably a decent move. And double up, I guess. Or I could go here. I don't like that. I don't like any move that allows this move. Here. What does that do? Here. Push here. Doesn't do anything. Here. that doesn't really do anything either. What's he want? Here, takes. What else? Not many attacking options, not to mention his rook is going to go here at a certain point. So I could go here, so I could go here, or I could go here myself just to prevent his bishop from ever going anywhere. Then if he goes here and if I take and trade, that makes some sense. So I think I'm gonna try, no, then this comes. Okay. So I think I'll start by just doing this. And I expected that as well. So now I can go here, and well, the king's gonna castle anyway, so it doesn't really do anything. Not really. Here, well, I just gave him this, didn't I? Does it do anything? Not necessarily. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and double up on the open file, semi-open file. Do I want this? Not yet. Can I get a knight over here? Here? That seems to do something. Alright, so I think I'll do that. Okay. So I will take. I wanted to put that there anyway. Okay, so he sacks it. Okay. So, let's see here. I have this move. Do I want it? I don't have this move. This move, I don't have it. Queen trade, I don't want it. Here, loses a queen. Okay, so here makes some sense. That way it nerfs his bishop, but why give him that? So what about here? It makes some sense. And he goes here and I go here. And what does he do? Alright, so I think I'll probably, well then he can get it here. So if I go here and he goes here, then I suppose I can go over here. Or maybe I should go here, and no, that doesn't really work for me. What if I go here, and then I go here? I kind of do like that. So I think I'll move the queen over, and then I will continue trying to go ahead and march up the board. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so I think what I'll do is go ahead and take this opportunity to double up the rooks. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and move this piece here. I can't. Oh, fork. What am I talking about? Okay, so he goes for that. Okay. So now what? So now I can probably, what do I do? Close off the bishop. Queen can't get over here. I could go over here. What does that do? I could not do that. I think going here makes, no, because then he gets the rook there. Then I can go over here. That I do have a clean trade, which honestly does keep me a lot of the advantage, and it gives me this target. So if clean trade takes and then he pushes, well then that's it. So I probably shouldn't go for the clean trade. I don't want to go for that either. I could go for this. Double up, or I could push this here and then I can get the rook over here, which makes some sense. And then if I can get here, so I could go here, and then he goes here. So if I go here to go for this check, I feel like doing this also makes some sense. And then I could go over here to cut off this piece, and he's cut off on this piece, so I just need to get here. Okay, so let's stop him from coming in. What if he does that? Okay, I feel like, but what if he goes for a trade? Okay, I don't, okay, so if he goes here, I can go here, and if he goes here, then I can go here and attacks the rook. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start by doing this. I can get the rook over here, and it will cut the king off. Okay, so he does that. So I think we'll go ahead and check. And I think that's mate. No, almost, not quite. Now it's mate. I mean, there was something that he could have done. Okay, I said one last game. This is the one last game. I did consider that. I didn't like that at all. Should have gone for the check first. Hated this move. Yeah, you should have done the pawn push. But then I would have attacked the rook, and you would have defended with the rook, and then it would have been... well, there were still chances somehow. Well, if you attack the queen, then I still... Well, I mean, you didn't have to go there is the thing. Alright. So, that's it for today. I'm lower than I initially started, which was... Yep, sounds about right. Alright, I really, really need to pee. So, you have a good one. Later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't stop streaming. I need to pee so bad. I need to pee so bad. Need to pee so bad.